going on, friends and fellow freedom-loving patriots? Today, we're going to go over whether or not SIG, in my opinion, has nailed Gucci from factory. And we're going to be doing that with the SIG P320 Spector comp. This is the blackout edition. That's why she's all black, Cerakoted from factory. Comes with a single port compensator. And we're hoping that that SIG Sauer reliability follows this. And if that's the case, this may be a good choice for to serve many purposes. Okay, let's get to it.
And she's clear and safe, clear and safe. Okay, before we dive into this, I'm going to give a quick introduction. My name's Wyatt. The most important thing about me is that I'm a husband and a father. And if you hold either of those titles or both, good on you, get some. That's, to me, the most important title that I'll ever hold in my life. Aside from that, I am very passionate and enthusiastic about firearms and things related to firearms. However, with that being said, I'm a mediocre shooter, right? Always have things to learn and classes to go to and training to do. So with that statement, let's roll into some mediocre shooting footage.
Let's hit him with a little failure to stop drill. Two to the chest, one to the head.
So my hope for this channel is that I want to give my perspective on what I deem worthy of my hard-earned money. My opinion, however, is my opinion. I have my own proclivities, I have my own tastes, I have my own feelings, right? We're all different, we're all human, and that's a wonderful thing. So what I like may not be what you like. But when it comes down to it, when I'm looking at something that I want or something that I need, whatever it may be, I like to do research. I like to poke around. I like to see what others think about those things. I find it useful. So if you're one of those people and you're here, I hope you hang around. I hope you listen. And I also hope that you share something with me. I'd really love to hear it, whatever it may be, whether you own one, whether you want one, whatever the heck it is. I'd love to freaking hear what you have to say. So with that out of the way, let's bring in a little bit closer and let's take a look at this thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is the 320 Spector Comp Blackout. I'm going to start with the grip module. So the grip module is the tungsten infused grip module from SIG, the TXG grip. This one has some unique laser stippling on it. Affixed to the bottom is a steel flared mag well. You also have the option for the left or right-handed magazine release. The slide release is ambidextrous, and the trigger used here is the X Series flat face trigger. However, this one is skeletonized. Moving up from the bottom half of the firearm, we're going to move into the barrel. So the barrel is a 4.6 inch barrel housed inside of a SIG custom work slide. This slide definitely has some unique slide serrations and window cuts. These serrations also lead into the compensator. So it kind of looks meant to be. It looks pretty good. Moving up to the front here, we have the compensator. So it is a single port compensator. Also with this compensator, it has the front sight post affixed to it. So that's a unique little thing. These sights are the SIG standard height X-ray sights. The rear are blacked out sights with tritium vials. And then the front is a green dot with a tritium vial. And from factory, you also get a optics cut. This optics cut will fit the Romeo 1 Series dots and the Delta Point Pro. This also came with in the box the mounting plate for an RMR. So that's pretty much all the basic features that we need to talk about on this handgun. Now I just really want to dive into what I think about it. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to talk about the positives I found with this pistol. Number one, first and foremost, reliability. So this is a tool, handguns are tools as well as any other firearm. To, in its extreme form, is meant to save lives, whether it be your life, your family's life, some innocent person who needs protecting. It is ultimately a tool to save lives. That's the way I look at it. You don't have to look at it that way, but that's my perspective. Like I said, this is my interpretation of this handgun and what I think about it and whether or not it's worth my money. So reliability with this has been incredible. I've had it for a substantial amount of time, and I've put a substantial amount of rounds through it. I'm just a regular dude who doesn't have all the time or money, resources in the world. So I shoot when I can, and I have put a good amount of ammo through this, and I have yet to have a malfunction, which I find to be very impressive. To deal slightly with this reliability thing, I'm going to talk about the compensator too. That is a pro for me. I think it's cool that it is compensated from factory and that it is as reliable as it is. You don't have to worry about mix matching parts and brands and stuff with a slide and a comp and a pistol and a slide and a barrel and a whatever. This just out of the box is something special, and it works. And I like that. Like I just think that's cool. This is something that will go bang when you need it to go bang. Because if it doesn't go bang when you need it to, I don't really want it at all. Like, go away from me. You're not useful. So this is something I found that will do that, and I'm a big fan of the reliability aspects of the compensator and the handgun in general. Another thing that really impressed me was the fitment of this handgun. The fitment is very tight for a polymer framed striker fired pistol. Whether it's the side to side movement of the slide on the frame feels real good. Hardly any movement. Running the slide feels really good. It feels solid, purposeful. It feels like it's meant to be, right? Like someone put time and energy and heart and soul into creating this thing. That's what it feels like to me. It really does feel good. Yeah, and with that being said, the fitment is something that definitely stands out compared to other handguns that I've held and used in the past or still have. Moving on from fitment, I'm going to go to the weight. So the weight of this is also a plus for me for what I want to use it for. If you have a different purpose for looking at this thing, maybe it's not for you. I don't know. Maybe the weight's a negative. Fatiguing. It is extra weight. However, I look at it as a positive because paired with the compensator, it allows you to get quick and accurate follow-up shots on target. So strings of fire are more accurate and quicker. That's what I've seen throughout my training time with it. And I think the weight has a lot to do with that. And that is also this TXG grip module. That's where all the weight comes from. It's a full-size pistol, so you get the full-size weight, but then also this TXG grip module adds that extra oomph with it. So I do like the weight. I find it to be nice. I find it to be part of the magic that is shooting this thing. I think the weight's a big part of that. And then lastly, the last positive that I got here is that it looks good, right? It looks sleek. It looks nice. These serrations on the slide running into the compensator, it looks purposeful. It looks like that heart and soul was put into not only the fitment and the overall design of the pistol, but also into the aesthetics, right? And I think that's a big thing, right? You gotta like the thing that you bought, the thing that you look at all the time, the thing that you're working with. You want it to look good, right? Doesn't have to be the best thing in the world, but it's nice when it looks good. Nice when it looks good. So yeah, that's another positive. It's just the overall looks of it. With all those being said, that's the pros I got for it. I think it's about time we jump into the cons and see what I don't like. Okay, so now it's time to get into my complaints with the Spector comp, and I have two that I'm going to bring up. Number one is going to be the sights. Okay, the sights are good, right? SIG sights are good. The X-ray tritium night sights are they're good sights. I'd say probably better than most. However, my gripe with them is that they are not suppressor height, and there's no option for suppressor height. With this coming factory with an optics cut, and most people running red dot sights these days, which I plan on doing as well, I just haven't gotten around to it, and I just want to run the gun the way the gun is to get this out. But that's going to be $120 minimum probably for a decent set of night sights. And if you don't have the tools or the know-how, it's going to cost you a little bit more. So that's one thing that's just disappointing to me, is they could have jacked these up and offered it as an option, or even if that was the standard. I mean, night suppressor height sights versus standard height sights. I mean, even if you're shooting it without a red dot, it's not like it's throwing your shots off a whole lot. I don't even know what the heck kind of measurement that is, but it's not a lot. So that's one thing that kind of bugs me about this thing. And then the other thing that is probably me, this is just my thing as a shooter, so it doesn't necessarily only include the Spector comp. It also includes like my X carry, anything with this flat face trigger from SIG. When I have a long range day and get a lot of rounds on one of these triggers, my finger usually lands on the bottom when I'm pulling it, and it actually leaves my finger feeling pretty raw at the end of the day if I put a lot of rounds downrange. So that could just be me. You may be way different. You may grab the trigger where it's supposed to be, but for me, I grab it a little low. I tend to, I don't know why, and it leaves me feeling raw at the end of the day. However, not something that is like earth-shattering for me. This pistol is still super fun. I would definitely do long range days with it. It's not a big enough issue for me to feel like this pistol isn't worth my time. It's just something that I have noticed, and it's something that does happen to me. It may be different for you, but you know, this is all my opinions. So those are the two things that I really just I have a complaint about. Other than that, this pistol's great. I think they really knocked it out of the park. I don't have a lot to complain about. So, yeah, with all that, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up.
Well, here it is. We've made it. We've made it to the question at hand. And the question at hand was, did SIG make a Gucci handgun from factory? And with this Spector comp, I think they did. I think they did a great job. The reliability out of the box, all of the features you get with this pistol, I think it nailed it. It's Gucci. It's full size, got a lot of unique things. It stands out, right? It's not like any run-of-the-mill pistol you run into. This thing is something special. And for the price point, I also think it's a value, because if you were to go to the aftermarket arena to build a P320 similar to this, I think you would spend the same, if not more money, piecing it together. And with that, you potentially could run into those issues with reliability that I have yet to see with the factory SIG Spector comp. I think they really knocked it out of the park. This thing is pretty fire. That's the worst thing ever to say. I'm sorry I said that. But anyway, this thing is nice. I'm a big fan, and it strikes me as Gucci. So with that, if you're still watching, I want to say thank you for, spending your valuable time with me together. I like it, but I want to say thank you, because, you don't have to do that. And also, I'm kind of an idiot. I definitely think I'm kind of an idiot, but this is fun for me. And I hope that you got something out of it. And like I said before, I hope that I can get something out of it. Please let me know what's going on, whether I suck, whether I'm cool, you got any cool ideas. I plan on going through all the things that I have now and trying to acquire more things in hopes to bring information to others. It's already out there. There's plenty of places you can go search for it. But I'm trying to make my own little spot with my perspective. And And yeah, that's exciting for me. And I want to say thank you for watching and being here. So please like and subscribe. I think that's how that goes. And comment if you got some stuff. So like there's an algorithm god, I think. So we're trying to please that. Yeah, so there's that. That's my little plug for this whole thing. Give me a little inspiration to keep going. And lastly, I want to end on the note that I started with, and that is that I'm a husband and a father, and that is the most important thing in my life. And I look forward to continuing doing that. And if you're either of those things or both, continue to do an amazing job, because those people rely on you. Those people are very important. And it's your job to protect them, take care of them. And yeah, on that note, I guess we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Later.